Now, well, whatever the outcome in these GOP primaries tonight, it's time to put aside differences, shelve the petty squabbles, a lot of nipping at each other, all come back together to take back the Senate in November. Now, under one-party control by the Schumer-Pelosi socialists, America's going broke, woke, and becoming a joke. It's time for real oversight of Biden's runaway federal agencies. It's time to slam the brakes on his inflation-stoking agenda, with, of course, a Republican-controlled Congress. But the left, they're not going to go down without a fight. No way. They're going to try to hang on to their power by any means necessary. Now, when they're not blowing up the economy, they're blowing up race relations, they're shifting blame, or, as we all know, they're distracting with phony narratives.
Look, the American experiment in democracy is in a danger like it hasn't been in my lifetime. It's in danger this hour. Hate and fear are being given too much oxygen by those who pretend to love America.
I believe anybody who echoes a replacement is to blame, not for this particular crime, but it's for no purpose except profit and or political benefit. And it's wrong.
He's always hearkening back to Trump, right? The ghost of Trump is always hovering over Biden. But my Lord, is this playbook dog-eared or what? Most voters know that Charlottesville or January 6th, Buffalo, they're all Biden's greatest hits. They're not America's greatest hits. This isn't going to work. So you have to ask yourself, what's next for the Democrats? Well, I'm going to call it tonight the populist pivot. Democrats are going to try to claim that they, not Republicans, that we're Republicans challenging them, are the true populists, that they're the ones out there fighting for the little guy. Their I'm relatable ploy is their go-to desperation move.
I'm glad for everybody who's joining this video. It's great to hear from you. Hold on a sec. I'm going to get me a beer. Hey, Robert, my husband Bruce is now in here. You want a beer?
No, I'll pass on the beer for now.
Oh, my God, I forgot about that. And then there's Senator Jon Tester in Montana with his flat-top buzz cut and tough guy farmer look. He tried the same thing back in 2018.
Washington forgets all the time that they're working for us. When some bureaucrat back there stands in the way of Montana, I let him have it. Because if that's what it takes to get better schools, well, I'm wired to fight anyone who isn't doing their job for us. I'm Jon Tester, and you damn right I approve this message.
You're damn right you vote with Schumer all the time. Of course, in practice, he's just another big spending liberal.
We need to start doing some things in a positive way to lower inflation. We did it with a bipartisan infrastructure bid deal. We did it with the rescue plan.
What? The fact is, the so-called moderates like Tester and Georgia's Senator Raphael Warnock, he's up for re-election, they only voice concern about issues like the border or inflation when it was obvious that these issues were hurting their party in the midterms. Where were they in 2020 or last year? In the big open Senate seat contest, two more liberals are attempting this transparent branding. Congressman Tim Ryan trying to beat J.D. Vance in Ohio, and John Fetterman taking on whoever wins tonight in Pennsylvania. Now, Ryan, who voted with Nancy Pelosi, wait for it, 100% of the time, according to ProPublica, is now pretending to be Donald Trump on the China issue.
Defunding the police is way off the mark. We need more cops, not less. My party also got it wrong on the trade deals that sent your jobs overseas. I've always fought those working against you.
Yeah. Of course, this is complete nonsense. Believe none of it. A vote for Ryan is a vote for Chuck Schumer remaining as Senate Majority Leader. On important issues, at key moments, he will never challenge his party's leadership. Never. And as for John Fetterman, we wish him, of course, a speedy recovery. But Pennsylvanians shouldn't be fooled by the whole sweatshirt and gym shorts look. It's sloppy and unconvincing, just like this ad.
There's a lot of great towns in Pennsylvania that feel like their community's best days were a generation ago. No one deserves to be abandoned. All these communities deserve to be helped.
Democrat with backbone does the right thing, no matter what.
No matter what? I mean, the right thing for Fetterman will always be keeping Chuck Schumer happy. Always. Now, with the occasional exception of Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema, there's no such thing anymore as a really independent-thinking Democrat. Take Senator Mark Kelly. Now, Arizonans voted for him because, after all, how can a former astronaut be a rubber stamp for liberalism? Doesn't compute. But in fact, that is exactly what he's been. Voting with Schumer 96% of the time. Now, he must really think his own voters are stupid, though, because suddenly, after a monk-like silence about Biden's failures, Kelly claims he cares.
Arizonans are paying some of the highest gas prices that we've seen in years. For months, I've pushed this administration to take action to lower costs at the gas pump.
It's time to send him back into orbit, don't you think? There's no oxygen in his populist act. Zero. Now, any voter who wants to turn this economy around, wants to end the madness at the border, simply cannot fall for the Democrats' faux populist pitch. Why would George Soros donate money to people like Tim Ryan, after all, or Senator Mark Kelly, if they were going to take on the establishment? Here's what we know, by the way, about Soros' cash pouring in. Billionaire megadonor George Soros is seeding a super PAC with $125 million, an enormous investment that will aid Democratic groups and candidates for the 2020 election cycle and beyond. So Soros knows what time it is in the Democrat Party, and it ain't the populist time. It's all globalists all the time. So pay no attention to the Democrats' predictable masquerade unfolding months before the midterms. We've seen all this before. They're sending the same people who are going to be spending your children's and your grandchildren's future, squandering it. The same people willing to do the bidding of the teachers' unions and BLM, and the same people who have only strengthened China's hand and made you poorer. So when you head to the polls this November, your choice is clear. Do you want more of Schumer and Pelosi? Then go ahead. Vote for the populist frauds. Otherwise, it's time to unite and fight. And that's the angle.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.